Hello and welcome to TVC News. A plane carrying stranded Nigerians in the United States has landed at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja. The Boeing 787 Ethiopian Airlines planes touched at the Abuja airport hours after departing New York. This comes as the federal government begins evacuation of hundreds of stranded Nigerians willing to come back home. TVC News, Helen Osamide-Akins joins me from the airport for more on this. Helen, bring us more information about the arrival of the Nigerians that just arrived, just came back to their country.
Yes, so we are at the airport right now, and behind me is at the tarmac where you can see the returnees coming down from the flight, the Ethiopia airline. They left New York yesterday, and they arrived Abuja, the international Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport this morning at 11 a.m. And then since 11 a.m. they've been trying to put things in order to ensure that everything is okay. And then from here they are moving them direct to a quarantine center where they will observe a 14-day period of isolation to ensure that they are not being infected. From here, we are expected that after this 14th period, they will be allowed to go join their families.
Well, as the Nigerians are coming back into the country, what do you think they probably feel like? How are they feeling, coming back to Nigeria after experiencing what is going on, out there in the world where they're coming from, New York precisely?
Although they are actually far from it to see their expression, but it is obvious that these people are very happy to be in Nigeria because they actually called to be evacuated. Most of them were stranded. They traveled down there. Some of them are students, and then some of them are those who have short visa stay to be in the US. So it's like most of them, they've actually exhausted all they have, and then coming home is something they're being excited about. And then the federal government has been making this preparation and this plan. I think today they are very happy. It's a dream come true for them. At least they're at home. They know they are very safe compared to wherever they might have been.
Well, those who came earlier, before the new arrival of the 200, did you hear any information about them, how they are feeling, or how they are faring, rather, in their isolation center where they are at?
Okay, for now we do not have any information about them. We know the isolation center is a place which people are not really allowed to go there anyhow, except with the permission of the government authority, and you have to be ensured that you are really, really fortified before you go there. But for now, I know they are still at the isolation center where they are being cared for. It's not yet 14 days yet, and then after the 14 days, sure, they will be allowed to go join their families.
All right, TVC News, Helen Osamide-Akins, thank you so much for giving us that information. And keep an eye on the movement for us. We'll link up back to you shortly. Thank you so much.
British Airways flight arranged to evacuate Nigerians from the United Kingdom on Friday may not be coming with the evacuees. Minister of Foreign Affairs Geoffrey Yema says this is because the airline is sticking strictly to its timeline, which is not convenient for Nigeria. Moyo Thomas reports.
Nigeria has started evacuation of its stranded nationals abroad. The first evacuation done with 265 Nigerians in Dubai who arrived aboard an Emirates plane. The second evacuation was originally planned for Friday, and Nigerians in the UK were supposed to return with the flight coming in to evacuate British nationals from Nigeria. These arrangements, according to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, may not come to fruition, even with the desperation of Nigerians to return home. He encouraged Nigerians willing to return from the UK to make payments for their return online.
There's another flight that we had arranged for Friday, British Airways from the UK, and so there are one or two issues we're having there. Again, it's a question of payment, and they're sticking very strictly to timelines that are very difficult for us to manage. But what we've done is we've quickly rearranged for another standby airline in case the British pull the rug from under our feet and decide that they're not going to proceed with a Friday because of some fine details in the agreement.
The minister also cleared the issue on why Nigerian airlines were not used in the evacuation of Nigerians. He explains that returnees cannot use the originally purchased ticket as the current arrangement is a chartered flight and not a regular commercial one. He apologized to Nigerians abroad, explaining that there is no diplomatic policy that can compel hosting government to give palliatives to them. Despite successes recorded in securing some isolation centers for the returnees, the minister says accommodation still remains a big concern as they must be isolated for the stipulated 14 days. Moya Thomas, TVC News, Abuja.
In neighboring Abuja, the FCT Commissioner of Police has pledged to ensure the ease of the lockdown is not abused by people who are not supposed to be out and those embarking on interstate movements. He says the police will also monitor public transporters to ensure they abide by regulations. Moyo Thomas reports.
The federal government announced a phased easing of the lockdown, which allows top government officers, essential businesses and workers to go about their businesses but advises others to stay at home. But after 5 weeks of staying at home, it was expected that getting people to respect this directive would be a Herculean task. Law enforcement would be called upon to compel people to obey the modified set of directives. The FCT Commissioner of Police is leading the team, and his monitoring team got to checkpoints strategically located around the city and the suburbs. True to expectation, people came out en masse, causing a heavy gridlock around major entrances to the city center. Why will Nigerians, despite the increase in confirmed cases, ignore the stay-at-home order? Their answers are not too convincing.
So I didn't want to be on duty. I went to medical check-up at Gwagwada. Okay. So on my way coming back, and I made the hold up. The hold up was too much.
Yeah, no, I'm going to Kubwa with my friends. We're going to Kubwa to deliver something. Okay. Yeah, but right now the roadblock is just terrible, and to me, I don't understand why they should be blocking the road like this, which the president himself gave a permission and said everybody should move today. There should be, the lockdown should be eased.
The FCT Commissioner of Police did not leave anything to chance, and cars not within the category allowed by the president's directive were turned back.
Unfortunately, persons that are not supposed to be out are also out, and that is why you see this gridlock. Officers on duty are trying to find out who are those on the exemption. Are they on the exemption? If they are, they allow them go. I will not just open the road free for everyone to pass, and that is why you've seen this gridlock.
Today's activities has confirmed the fears of many Nigerians who feel that the easing of the lockdown in Nigeria may be premature and may actually spike the spread of the coronavirus in the country, as it did in some countries who rushed to reopen their economies. Cars at the boundary between Abuja and neighboring Kaduna State trying to enter the nation's capital were also turned back. The chairman of Buhari Area Council is not too happy at this development, despite the area council's tireless sensitization efforts.
So many people within of our security agencies have gone around sensitizing our people on how the government is not saying that everyone should come out. All those that are not essential staffs must be locked down. Those of us that will be coming out for work is only the levels 14 staffs upward, and if it is necessary.
Fighting the coronavirus global health crisis requires a collective effort. Everyone at this point needs to ensure that they are not putting themselves and others at risk of infection by taking responsibility. Moya Thomas, TVC News, Abuja.